Welcome to my shop. My name is Guy, and today we're going to be looking at Creality's newest printer, the K1C. I'm going to go over really quickly what the differences are between this and the K1 I reviewed a while ago, but more importantly, we're going to add some mods that I think are almost essential to this machine. Let's quickly look at some of the changes they've made to this printer. First of all, they have changed these pulleys in the back. These were much larger before. They're much smaller now. Let me zoom in there. Now this is one of the changes I mentioned there. The pulleys are a little bit smaller, and this is to help with the vertical fine artifacts that you had on the K1. Another small change they've made is to the door. It's got some stiffeners on it so it doesn't fly around as much. They've also screwed the rubber feet into the bottom. Every time I moved my K1, I'm always looking for these feet because they fell off, and that's a nice change. They've also changed the bed a little bit. It appears thicker, but it's still the same aluminum plate it was before. And they made a change to the build plate. They've added this silicone brush to the back and a nozzle wiping in the startup config, and that's really nice. So the nozzle heats up and then it rubs against this and gets rid of all the extra stuff. The biggest change to this printer is in the hot end, and let me take that apart to show you. I've got the cowling off and the silicone sock. This comes standard with a 0.4 millimeter hardened steel nozzle. They've also changed the nozzle design a little bit. Let me get it out of here. Here's the new nozzle, and you can see that's a proprietary design. It's got the heat break, everything in one. I haven't found any replacement nozzles for this yet, even from Creality, so we'll wait to see what happens there. Along with the hardened steel nozzle for abrasive filaments, they've also hardened up the extruder. So I'm printing some PA6CF right out of the hot box. It's been in there for a good 20 hours, so it is nice and dry. But I do want to show you this. I had the same problem with breaking filament that my friend Nathan from Nathan Builds Robots had. And this Bowden tube was going through the drag chain, and there's such a bend coming out of it, it was breaking the PA6CF right at the Bowden tube through a bend. So I pulled that out, I added these riser blocks to it, to the top, and now it seems to be printing fine. So here's how I've routed the Bowden tube going to the extruder. I've tied it on here and here so it doesn't flop around as much, but it definitely needed to come out of this chain. So here's the parts for the first mod, and these are riser blocks, and I've actually printed these in some PLA carbon fiber that Creality sent me along with the printer, and the print quality of these is tremendous. But let's get these on there. Well, I've taken out one of the screws up top here, and I'm going to take a M3 by 30, put it in here, and then that's going to go down into that hole from that screw I just removed. Now the pieces that go on the back, I've added this little hinge, and I cut a piece of a wire hanger and super glued one end so it wouldn't fall out. But that's so I can attach the lid to it with a hinge, so I don't have to be constantly finding a home for it every time I take it off. So here's what those hinges look like when they're installed. And let me put the lid on here. Just snaps in like that, and now it closes. Now there's also these little slats that go in here, and some are available with honeycombs and all kinds of different things. I'm just using the solid ones here. There's also one that goes here in the back, but I had to cut a little bit short for this. But now with that one in, and I close it. Another thing that drives me crazy about this printer, and like most people, is the spool holder on the back. I mean, every time you want to put filament on it, you've got to spin it around, push it up through here. So I'm going to take this off. just like that. And Creality actually included a model for this, which is a side mount for the spool, and I printed this in the PLA carbon fiber, and it's quite good. The layer lines are excellent, and I'm sure this is going to be more than tough enough for the side of this. So there's just 3 screws in the side I need to remove here. Now Creality actually included the screws in the box for this to go in, which is kind of nice too. You know, if they knew this was a problem going in, why wasn't this stuff pre-installed? That's the thing that always drives me a little bit crazy. You know there's a problem with this stuff, and you make a solution for it, but you don't include it with the machine already installed. Now with that bracket installed, I can just take the spool holder, put it right back on, install the filament from the side instead of the back. Here's the other issue. The filament runout sensor is on the back. So even if I have the spool mounted here, I still have to snake it around the back to get it into here. I'm going to move this up here, and I'm going to use this bracket to do it. So there's just 4 screws that take this off, 2 in here and 2 on this bracket. And now I just need to pull a little bit extra wire out of there, and thankfully there is enough extra wire for it to go up on the side. Nice. I just want to make sure I've got enough Bowden tube to go all the way to that far corner, and there was enough included, so I'm good there. Putting the filament in is going to be a lot easier. Let's do it from the side like this. I'm going to put it in there first, feed it up a little bit, and then slide it on the holder. Now while I do like that the door has some stiffness to it, what I don't like is that it only opens up that far. I want that door to open up wider. So I've printed these hinges, and I printed them with this Polymaker PA6CF, which is nylon carbon fiber. And I had to dry the fiber, or I had to dry the filament in the hot box. I left it in there for about 20 hours before I did this. And they came out just beautiful. They look really nice, and they should be more than strong enough. So I've started off by removing these screws from the side of the cabinet. Now this is one of the hinges, and I've got an M4 bolt in here. I think it's a 20 millimeter. I've pushed it through, and I've embedded a hex nut in there, and that's just going to get attached to the side using some button head M3 by 8 screws. Now with these installed, I'm going to take off the glass door, being very careful not to drop it. So now I've got the door attached. It actually has a 270-degree swing all the way around, which I really like. For where it's going, it makes a lot more sense than to have the door stop right there. Also, this lid is really nice, so I can open it up real easy. And the last thing I did was to root it, and I will leave a link to that down below that shows exactly how to do it with instructions. Very, very easy. I have access to all the files. Webcam works. I've also installed CAMP on this. So let's do a quick test print. So I've already sliced the file, and it's just a test cube. That right there, I'm going to let it calibrate. I'm going to hit print. Well, there's a Voron design cube. This is the purge line for CAMP. CAMP, I mentioned before I installed on the system, is the clipper adaptive meshing and purging system. So what it does is, instead of taking points from the entire bed, it just does where it needs to and that's the purge line for it, so that's pretty cool. So here's that cube I just printed. It's overall, it's very, very good. Good first layer. Top is nice and smooth. The edges are pretty square. I need to do some tuning for the pressure advance. You can tell. And gray shows up everything. So overall, but it does look really, really good. Here's also a can that I printed in vase mode at 0.8 thickness with a 4mm nozzle. It's still printed very well. It's pretty strong, and as you can see, it looks really, really good. Very, very happy with the prints on that. These hinges from the Polymaker PA6CF really came out nice, and I know they're going to be really super strong for these hinges. And these risers in the PLA carbon fiber also came out really nice. Bottom line on this printer is it's a really good printer. It's even much better with a few user mods. The 270-degree hinges, I think, are a big thing, and the hinges on the lid along with the riser make a big difference. Taking the Bowden tube out of the drag chain made a big difference. Along with the hardened steel nozzle and gears, using something like the PA6CF from Polymaker along with this filament dryer really made a big difference in printing some of the stuff for this machine. I'm really excited moving forward about some of the stuff I'm going to be able to print with this. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.